From beautiful Houston, Texas, it is Sticky Bleachers. Carrie Underwood joining us here under the lights. I am Cory.
I am Bob, excited for this matchup between the Texans and the Colts. Going to see what Andrew Luck versus Brock Osweiler can do. Right, Cory?
Yes, the big beard himself and the new guy signing for a big paycheck and not doing so hot in real life. Here's Adam Vinatieri with the kickoff and Fuller to return to get things going, Bob.
Old, reliable Adam Vinatieri, but Fuller with a pretty nice return out there to start the game for the Texans. So we'll see what Mr. Osweiler can do.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to play action pass. He's rolling out. It's complete to C.J. Fedorowicz, the tight end out of Iowa, Bob.
Oh, yes, and he's going to take it past midfield well into Texans territory, or Colts territory, excuse me. But nice first play there by Osweiler and the Texans. Just what they needed.
Yeah, good one to get them started. And here's a running back, Miller, throws off a tackler, and he's got a first down, Bob.
Wow, he literally threw him into the sideline. So.
Yeah, no
Lamar
penalty
Miller
on that
flexing
one.
his muscle.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
He's hit the weight room in the offseason, Bob.
I'd like to see an unnecessary roughness from a running back. But Deandre Hopkins with the touchdown. What a quick strike there by the Texans. That's kind of what they were looking for at the beginning of the season with Osweiler.
Right, Bob. And finally, they're getting it here on this one. That's a big one. Here is Novak, the kicker, and the PAT is good. 7-0 early lead for the Texans.
It's Pat. And Nick Novak with the kickoff, and a short kickoff it is. So it looks like Bray's going to take it out, and he's going to get stuffed right at the 15-yard line. So he had a short kickoff, but they have not so good field position to start off as Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, it's not going to matter. He's got a completed pass, so 2nd down and 6. Let's see if they can work this one down and score back, Bob.
Yep, it looks like a 2nd and short here, and it looks like they're not going to get really anything from that play there. So 3rd down and 7. So a long 3rd down here coming up for the Colts, and they're going to do, is that the direct snap I just saw there, Cory?
It looked like it, Bob. It's going to be 4th and short. Let's see what they go for here. Looks like they're going to line up for the punt.
Oh, and look at that awesome HD camera that we got for the punts. Thank you to Papa John's Pizza for sponsoring our HD camera.
Yes, thank you. Carrie Underwood enjoying things under the lights here tonight in Houston.
Absolutely. I believe her favorite pizza is it the Supreme Pizza? Is that what she said?
I think it was a Supreme, and she always, Bob, takes the little sweet pepper that comes in your Papa John's pizza box. Carrie Underwood not willing to compromise when it comes to the sweet pepper.
I think she actually says no garlic sauce, extra sweet peppers.
So she'd trade the garlic sauce for the pepper. Well,
Little tidbit.
I tell you, Bob, personally, if I was enjoying a Papa John's pizza with Carrie Underwood, that'd be a good enough deal for me. She could take the pepper. I'll take all the garlic sauce.
Absolutely.
So when that happens in real life, when you and I are sitting down to enjoy a nice pizza with Carrie Underwood here in our Sticky Bleachers studio on the top of the stadium here in Houston.
Yep, one day, and then we'll know we'll have some extra garlic sauce. She can have all the sweet peppers she wants. So.
Yep. And
back to the football game, though.
Deandre Hopkins
Osweiler
again,
with another touchdown.
And so 2 hookups.
Wow, Deandre Hopkins having a nice fantasy day for owners, and Osweiler having a nice fantasy day for all his fantasy managers out there.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
Hopefully they started and they didn't leave him on the bench.
Yeah, to see Osweiler really coming out firing like that, Bob.
It is. Man, you can really get in there with that HD camera. You can see the football just bend from the force of the kick there. So, again, thanks to our Papa John's HD camera there.
Yeah, and Nick Novak happy to have a busy day here with point afters and kickoffs. It's always good when your kicker is busy, Bob. Never good when your punter is extra busy.
That's true. That's true. And Indianapolis with the first down just as time expires in the first quarter there. I thought Nick Novak, a fun nickname for him might be Nick Novacane.
Ooh, I like it. This one's picked off,
yeah?
Bob.
Oh, that is picked off. So Andrew Luck still getting bit by the interception bug there.
And really having a tough day is this Colts offense, Bob. And right back to work are the dangerous Houston Texans. So let's see if they can put up another touchdown.
Yeah, and like we've seen all year with the Indianapolis Colts, protection has been difficult for them. So protecting Andrew Luck has been a task for them all year long. But Miller with the first down, maybe no, and he's just short. So 3rd down and short coming up for the Texans.
And I wonder if this is going to be 4-down territory for them, Bob. Nope, not quite going to matter because Miller's got the first down and much more. He throws off a couple of tacklers, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
And Miller throwing people around again. So quickly, the touchdown by the Texans, wasting no time after the turnover. And point after coming, Nick Novocaine. And he's good. That's another point after.
He's perfect on the day, Bob.
He is. They do say you have to have numbed senses, so.
So Lamar Miller, I'm being told, really hit the weight room in the offseason, Bob, working with some trainers from the professional wrestling ranks, Bob. So he's pulling off some, maybe some little table spinners, some backbreakers, a few other moves we've seen him pull on these defenders.
Absolutely. I think he was working with Goldberg and Hulk Hogan over the summer, or over the winter, actually.
That's why I heard him ask who's next after he threw those couple of defenders around, Bob.
Exactly. Yep. You'll see a slight variation of the spear. I don't think we'll see the leg drop. I think it might be unnecessary roughness if we see the leg drop, but we will see a little bit of the offensive spear there.
Okay, I see. Well, someday let's see if we can pull off a pedigree and not get flagged for it. Here's Andrew Luck on the scramble, and he's going to pick up 20-plus yards here, Bob.
Andrew Luck says, "You're not going to protect me. I'm just going to run for the first down and then some." So they finally break into Houston territory.
There you go. Luck saying to Miller, "What? What?
Oh.
What?"
Yes, he is saying what, but quickly Houston saying what. Thank you for the football again. So Andrew Luck with his second interception. And they're just going to keep it on the ground here.
They're going to call timeout, though. Interesting, Bob. I don't know if they're trying to run the clock out or going for the score.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting to keep the ball on the ground and calling timeouts. I know the clock is running quite quickly here, but again, another timeout. Let's see if they take to the air on 3rd and 13 here.
Right, their play calling says one thing, but their timeouts say quite another. Let's see if this is going to be complete,
right.
And it's out of bounds. So, minute 23 left. And interesting call here, Bob. They give the Colts quite a bit of time.
Yeah, and as we see our Papa John's HD punt cam, Bill O'Brien with some suspect timeouts there towards the end of the first half here.
Yeah.
And let's see if the Indianapolis Colts can capitalize, maybe put some points on the board.
Not quite sure what the thinking is, but you're right. Andrew Luck and company really have to take advantage of this gift that they've been given by the odd timeout clock management of the Houston offensive side.
And Andrew Luck finally had some time in the pocket there, but all the receivers covered downfield, so he had to dump it down to Turbin there for the short gain. So with 34 seconds left, let's see what they do, Corey. Ooh, a nice run there by Frank Gore. He's going to get past the midline.
So he's up to midfield. Woo. Wow, Bob. So
we gotta take
11
a quick
seconds
here.
left. We got a timeout. Let's see if they can get up another 15 or 20 yards, Bob.
Yeah, let's see. If they can't get a shot in the end zone, they got to at least get into field goal range here for Adam Vinatieri. But with no time, they dump it off to Frank Gore. So
bad call there, Frank Gore.
Calling.
Unfortunate. Let's take a look around the league here, Bob. We got 21-0 here in Houston. We see Lamar Miller already 95 yards. Brock Ossy, Andrew Luck. Look at the difference in numbers there. 2 picks for Luck and company. Brock Osweiler, perfect in that department. 68 yards only, but a couple of key completions he's had.
Yeah, both completing 60% of their passes, though. So I guess that's a positive if you're a Colts fan. So
right, and there's Fedorowicz there with 37 yards on his completion. So what can the Colts do, Bob, to get back in the second half?
Well, they got to start. Andrew Luck actually has to start making better decisions here. So it looks like he's trying to force some passes down the field, and that's just coming away with easy turnovers there for the Texans. And it looks like the running game has had little spurts. Frank Gore with a nice run there towards the end of the second quarter. So we'll see if they can start getting some less risky passes, let's say, in the second half here. So let's put some points on the board. With this Colts offense, though, this game is not over.
Both teams in the last possession before the first half ended there, Bob, had a curious possession. The Texans had a chance to either go for a score or run the clock out and just control things into halftime. They didn't quite do either. They kept the ball on the ground, a couple of loss of yard plays, calling timeouts, though, to give the Colts a couple of minutes, or a minute and a half, I should say. And then the Colts on the other side had the big breakout run from Gore, called the timeout, and then immediately went back to the ground with about 10 seconds left instead of trying to go for the quick pass and timeout.
Right. Yeah, so definitely some interesting play calls or questionable play calls on both sides of the ball. But as it stands, Texans with a 21-0 lead, so they definitely are in the driver's seat here in Houston.
Yep, and as we go into halftime here, let me thank Tech Monster, the programmer of this hack that we use to call these games here on Sticky Bleachers. Novak getting us started here in the second half.
Yep, and you know what I'd like to see out of the second half here is a little T.Y. Hilton. He's been unavailable in this game so far.
Yeah, you're right. He has been quiet so far today. Yeah, this one's to Moncrief. That's going to be incomplete, unfortunately.
Moncrief, a receiver, they've been expecting big things out of for the last couple years now. Hasn't really been able to turn the corner. But there's, right on cue is Mr. T.Y. Hilton. And can he take it to the house? Oh, what a way to catch him there towards the 25-yard line.
Yeah, but just as you asked, Bob, we get a long completion to T.Y. Hilton. I would like to see him cut for the sidelines there, but look at this, 2 plays in a row. They go right back to him.
Yep, T.Y. Hilton. There you go. Not any relation to Paris, but I think they're just as famous, right?
And I'll bet T.Y. is happy about that. And here's the reliable Adam Vinatieri finally getting a chance to put the ball through the uprights, and he does.
Absolutely, and he's going to kick off again here. Looks like a pretty nice kickoff, a little short. Let's see what Fuller can do with this here. Going to take it out at least to the 20. Oh, and he gets about to the 25-yard line, so a nice return there by Fuller.
Yep. Right at the 25, and Osweiler coming to take over. This one's going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller's got a nice pickup on first down. Second down, 3 yards to go. Let's see if they want to just control things here in the third quarter, Bob.
Yeah, I think it's important for the Texans to really keep their foot on the pedal here and still try to put some points on the board here, even if it's a field goal, just to try to respond to the Colts scoring.
There you go. So you say not slow things down, not just back off and go to the ground. It's not quite time for that yet, but they do pick up the first down on the ground. Let's see if Osweiler is going to set up the passing game here. Nope, it's another handoff to Miller, who's got another pickup on first down. He does have a first down and much, much, much more. He's to the 20, the 15. Just inside the 15, he'll be taken down.
That's a beautiful run there by Miller, and it's exactly what the Texans need to do there, is just keep control of the ball, but make sure you're putting points on the board. You don't want a quick 3 and out here. So Osweiler with the throw. And it looks like it might have been deflected a little bit there.
Yep, broken up
by
just inside the 5-yard line. That was to C.J. Fedorowicz, who's been a reliable receiver for him this game. Here he's back to pass again. This one's going to Strong in the corner of the end zone, and he's got it for the touchdown.
What a beautiful pass there by Osweiler, right to Jalen Strong in the back of the end zone there. Just couldn't throw it any better there, Cory.
Yep, and Strong fighting for the ball. Got the high man wins, as they say, Bob. Pulling that ball down for the touchdown. It's going to be 28-7 here in favor of the Texans. And Andrew Luck just in as much trouble as he was to start the second half, Bob. Here's a nice return by Bray. He makes a move, and he's up to the 30. And that's where Luck and company will take over. Luck takes it back out of the shotgun. Oh, fumble, puts it on the ground. It's going to be recovered by the Texans. So another turnover bites the Indianapolis Colts, Bob, and they're really in trouble now.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge blow for the Colts there, and it looks like they're going to, a little play action pass there. And just for a short game, so we're going to have a 2nd down and 5 here in a few minutes remaining, or a few seconds remaining, actually, in the third quarter. That could be the nail in the coffin here for the Colts.
Lamar Miller taking it to the house, Bob, and I definitely agree with you there. It just looks like the defense and offense of the Colts just do not have an answer for this Houston Texans attack.
And you can definitely feel, you can see Andrew Luck on the sideline, definitely devastated by the fumble there, and with how the season's going for the Colts here. This is not a good way to start the season here.
Yes, that's right. And he's not going to be enjoying free Papa John's pizza as we go on to the fourth quarter here. Players holding up 4 fingers, 35-7 in favor of Houston. Let's see what Luck can do. In 5 minutes, can they mount a comeback to end all comebacks, Bob? Not with an incomplete pass to Allen can they do that, Bob.
No, and you saw the pressure come in, and that just forces Luck to have to make bad throws way before he wants to. And again, there with the pressure by the Texans. So quickly, a 3rd down and 10 here. This is definitely 4-down territory, even in their field position that they have, Cory.
Yep, but they go to the ground here in 3rd down. But as you said, 4-down territory, and they are going to go for it. Out of the shotgun again is Luck. Trying to pick up anything.
Oh, and again, that ball was tipped at the line, but it's still a complete pass to Dwayne Allen, and Dwayne Allen's going to take it past the 50-yard line, and he tackled from behind at about the 43-yard line, it looks like.
Yep.
So 35-7 here with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Cory.
Yeah, and it's still not time to take the running backs out of the game because Frank Gore's got a first down and much more. He's going to take it right down to the 20-yard line. So knocking on the door of the red zone are the Colts, Bob.
Yeah, they're definitely not giving up, and Frank Gore looking like the Frank Gore of, 5 or 6 years ago there, Cory.
Yeah, and there's Luck with a little keeper on his own, Bob, and he's going to go into the end zone.
Well, there you go. That's, just to save face, that's what the Colts need. I still think the game's out of reach for him, but we'll see what happens with this onside kick coming.
Right. Curious play calling, though, Bob. Now, that was a scoring drive, but even though they had a couple of big plays, they took a little bit more time off the clock than I'm sure they wanted to.
Yep. And here's Vinatieri, one of the best onside kickers in history, but it looks like the Texans are going to recover. And let's see, they're probably just going to eat the clock out here a little bit, Cory.
Yep, you got to wonder if it's time for the Colts to start using their timeouts, although it might just be too late to even use that to try to save some time for anything, Bob.
Very risky throw there across the field there by Brock Ossy. The last thing they want is a turnover here. And Zach Kerr with the, no relation to Steve, but Zach Kerr with the sack there.
Now, right you are, Bob. On that first play, the incomplete pass also saved a timeout for the Colts. So a very curious play call to be passing the ball in this situation. But hey.
But look at that. Just as he's hit, steps into it right as he's getting hit, and Deandre Hopkins hooks up with Brock Osweiler for his third touchdown of the game. So Osweiler with 4, Hopkins with 3. They're putting a shellacking on him, Cory. There's no other way to say it.
You got to wonder if they're trying to send a message, Bob, by going as strong as they are, throwing bombs down the field in the final couple of minutes of this garbage time game. What message is he trying to send to Indianapolis and their fans?
Well, I think Houston's trying to send a message to their own fans, actually. Looks like T.Y. Hilton's going to recover that fumble and take it even farther.
And it's a broken play.
Oh, he's going to take it past him. It is a broken play, but man, it's working out in the Colts' favor. But back to your point, Cory, I think it's the Texans sending a message to their fan base after that loss to Minnesota last week. Kind of has their Super Bowl hopes a little bit dashed here, especially with the excitement of signing Osweiler and the defense that they had. There was high expectations on this team. So
they're trying to generate some fresh
some
enthusiasm here in Week 6, Bob. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So with about a minute left here, Luck, a complete pass to Turbin there.
Yep, and let's see how close they can make this one. Maybe they can try to beat that spread, Bob. And there's Allen.
If he can cut it to 21 points here.
Dwayne Allen
looks like
dragging defenders into the end zone. So it's going to be 42-21, and we're going to have another onside kick attempt coming. That's, of course, if Vinatieri can make the PAT. But he is one of the most accurate PAT kickers in the history of this league, Bob. So you got to think he's as close to automatic as we can get with those.
Yep, pretty much, and that looks like...
And this one's going to be recovered by Houston, and it's going to be returned, and it's Hopkins again. Can he get in for another one? Not quite, Bob.
Yeah, I don't know what they call... there's the golden sombrero in baseball when you strike out 4 times. I don't know if there's a name for 4 touchdowns in a game for a wide receiver. Maybe we'll have to come up with one.
Yep, well, let's see what we can do here. This what could be the last play of the game. Osweiler going to the air on the last play of the game. He's going to strong in the back of the end zone. And on the final play of the game, as time expires, Houston scores again, Bob.
So there you go. Again, that exclamation point on top of another exclamation point. I think there's like 3 of them in that sentence.
Yeah, and here's Nick Novak again. Yeah, even with the lead, they decide they want to run that extra play, that unnecessary extra play at the end. And 49-21 will be your final score here from Houston. Holy bananas, Bob.
Holy bananas is right. That was an impressive offensive showing there by the Texans. And, well, if you're a Colts fan, this is a tough pill to swallow. You definitely had a chance at coming out of the halftime, and they just weren't able to keep the Texans off the board, Cory.
Yeah, and really unfortunate for the blowout here. Now, the Colts did make it respectable there in the fourth quarter with a couple of garbage time touchdowns, but their offense just anemic and too turnover prone to get anything done. They lost a couple of interceptions and a couple of fumbles. I think also a special teams fumble cost them a possession, Bob, and it's just hard to overcome. Even if the Texans weren't firing on all cylinders, which they definitely were today, it's going to be hard to overcome that many turnovers no matter who you're playing. That's going to do it for us here on Week 6 for Sticky Bleachers. I am Cory signing off.
I'm Bob. We'll see you guys next week.